All right, we're live. So thanks for joining us this morning. Really, the purpose of this Zoom is just to enhance our mindset, bring positivity into our lives. It's not just for people that are promoters on my team. You might just take Thrive and love it and want to be a part of kind of an accountability group, mindset group, because it spills over into our life. Like, I feel like when something positive starts to happen, like everything in our life becomes positive. So it is just not only for business, but just for personal life in general. I feel like this positivity in the morning really spills over throughout the day. So we also work on building relationships on social media and growing our social medias, because in life and business, it's all about relationships and the relationships that you have with the people in your life. And most of those people are on Facebook or Instagram. So we kind of work both social media platforms to grow our businesses and whatever our goals are. So we always start these Zooms by sending birthday messages. Our birthdays show up on Facebook. They don't show up on Instagram. So we do send birthday messages on Facebook. And I know I could speak for myself and probably you guys too. It always makes us feel so good when we wake up on our birthday and see those birthday messages that we get. Like, it just makes us feel loved by our friends and family. So I'm a big believer in sending these birthday messages. I think it maybe gives people a reason to click on your page. Maybe they're not seeing your post, you're not seeing their post. And when you send a personal message, it messes with the Facebook algorithm. So then you start seeing more of each other on Facebook. So let me share my screen with you guys real quick. And after we send these birthday messages, then we will hop over and start our new audiobook. So I actually have the paper copy here, but then I'll be playing the audiobook on my phone for you guys to just listen to. So if you have the book, you can follow along. But if not, obviously just listening to the audio is fine. So, all right, you should have a notification this morning. Yep, right here, 22 minutes ago. I got a notification of all my birthdays today. So I have 17 friends with birthdays today. It's going to take me a little bit to go through all of this, but if you click on a notification, you can see everyone. And I don't just write on their wall, I actually send them a personal message because it is more personal. So right here, just an example here, I would say, happy birthday, Liz. I hope you have the best day. And then I put like a little heart emoji. And that's pretty much my message that I send for everybody. So I just copy and then go back down the list and paste for the next person. Make sure if you do copy and paste, you change the name. Don't want to send somebody a message with the wrong name. Happy birthday, Ashley. I hope you have the best day. So I'll let you guys go ahead and move down the list through your birthdays. Take a couple minutes just to do that. Yep, so as you can see, people are online and they're messaging back pretty fast. Typically that happens, which is good because if we just write on their wall, they typically don't respond. They might just like the post, but it could spark up some sort of a conversation by sending them the personal message, which I love. And if you did miss yesterday's birthday messages, you can go back and send yesterday's birthdays if you feel like it. Okay, I'm gonna pull the audiobook up, finish up your messages, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm playing the audio for you guys. So this is the iBooks version of the audiobook. So we're just ready for track 1. A little bit about this author. I love her. She's one of my favorites. It's Gabrielle Bernstein. And really, she is a master in the law of attraction. So that's mainly what she focuses on, is the law of attraction, spiritual guidance from the universe. So it's great, like I said, just for not only business, but for personal life and mindset as well. So if you are listening to the audio, track 1, if you're on the book, it's just the very beginning. It's 26 minutes today. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, and we will listen to this. And then after the 26 minutes is up, we'll go into kind of building our networks on social media. So here we go.
Audible Studios presents Super Attractor: Methods for Manifesting a Life Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. Written and performed by Gabrielle Bernstein.
For my son, Oliver. Introduction. You are a super attractor. I've always known that there is a non-physical presence beyond my visible sight. All my life, I've intuitively tuned into it and used it as a source for good. I've tapped into this unlimited presence of power to heal my body, support my relationships, guide my career in the service of others, and attract my greatest desires. There are many names for this type of spiritual presence. I refer to it interchangeably as the universe, God, spirit, inner guidance, love, and other terms too. You may have your own word that resonates with you. Or maybe you're new to spirituality and don't yet have a vocabulary around it. It doesn't matter. What we call it is irrelevant. Connecting to it is imperative. The very fact that you're listening to this book right now is evidence that you have listened consciously or unconsciously to divine guidance that led you here, and you're willing to claim that connection. I honor you for your willingness. Claiming my connection to the presence of this power has directed the course of my life. The simple choice to tune into this source of love has helped me recover from addiction, heal PTSD, undo fearful beliefs, and live with clear purpose. My connection to the presence of love has been my guide, my protector, and my partner in the co-creation of my life. Living my life in daily devotion to this non-physical source of power has made me a super attractor. Being a super attractor means that what I believe is what I receive. I can co-create the world I want to see by aligning with good feeling emotions and directing them toward my desires. I can tap into an unlimited source of creative energy to contribute inspired ideas, offer wisdom, receive abundance, and feel free. And best of all, I can harness this power into a force for good in the world. Being a super attractor doesn't mean I haven't had to face very real challenges, but I can see clearly how my struggles have been part of a bigger plan to help me strengthen my faith in my super attractor connection. I've chosen to perceive hard life experiences as spiritual assignments for growth and healing. I've accepted that nothing happens by accident, and I know that as long as I remember I'm a super attractor, I will be able to accept difficult experiences as opportunities to fine-tune my inner power and get closer to consciousness. The tough stuff offers me a chance to shine the crystal that is me. Being a super attractor doesn't mean everything is perfect, but it does mean that I show up for life with faith no matter what. Claiming my super attractor power has helped me to move through rough times with much more grace, honesty, and compassion than I otherwise would. Living my life in this way has brought me what I desire most: freedom. I feel free knowing that there is an ever-present energy of love within me and around me. I'm free knowing that I'm always being guided and that I have the power to co-create the world I want to see. Freedom is the greatest gift of all. Nothing holds me back. I no longer play small. For more than a decade, I've lived, loved, and taught with this freedom. Freedom has given me the experience of being an untethered force of light in the world. When you align yourself with your super attractor energy, you no longer feel blocked by fear. You remember that you are a spirit having a human experience. The spirit within you is the presence of inspiration, joy, and the truth of who you are. When you practice these steps, you remember that you are a wise, powerful, healthy, and holy spirit. When you accept this, you can be free. The feeling of freedom is inevitable when you attune your energy to the presence of your truth. You may not stay connected to this truth all the time, but the more often you turn to it, the easier it will be to feel free. As a spiritual teacher, I've witnessed hundreds of thousands of people throughout the world begin to wake up to the presence of freedom within. I see these transformations daily. But while that awakening is beautiful, it isn't enough. Too often we treat it as the end point when it's really just the beginning. We may know that we can feel better and therefore attract more, but we must go further and fully embody that truth in order to be free. Embodying this truth begins by undoing the belief systems of fear that block us from being super attractors. We must be willing and committed to change the way we think, act, and live. In my case, I didn't have to go out and find this connection. I just had to slow down and remember it. I've devoted my life to the process of slowing down and realigning with the presence of inner power. With each meditation, I vibrate at a higher frequency. With each prayer, I surrender to a power greater than myself. My dedication to the spiritual realm has given me the freedom I desire. I am not exceptional. You have this connection too, and claiming it is both fun and easy. In this book, I want to share with you how to connect to that power. I want you to know this. You are a super attractor. If that feels strange to you right now, that's okay. But I know that by the time you finish this book, you will claim that power with total confidence and ease. You will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are a super attractor. In 2016, I published a book called The Universe Has Your Back: Transform Fear to Faith. Readers throughout the world followed the book's lessons to strengthen their faith in the universe. They reclaimed their connection to a higher power and restored their faith in love. When I was preparing to write a new book, I intuitively knew that it was time to take these teachings to the next level. This book is the next step. With the practices outlined in the coming chapters, I'm going to push the spiritual envelope to teach you how to fine-tune your spiritual connection to effortlessly attract what you want into your life. If you haven't read The Universe Has Your Back, don't sweat it. It's not a prerequisite. Trust that you were guided here first for a reason. You may already be on a spiritual path. You may already practice manifesting and live by the law of attraction, or these concepts may be completely new to you. Either way, this book will help them become second nature. Throughout the book, I will share my own personal methods for aligning with your super attractor presence. Some of these practices have been greatly influenced by my teachers Abraham Hicks, Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, and the metaphysical text A Course in Miracles. But my greatest teacher of all has been my life experience. Each day offers new opportunities to get closer to the universe and strengthen my super attractor power. Each life challenge offers new miracles and lessons. Throughout the book, I call on my own personal examples of what it's like to live in alignment and be a super attractor. Reclaiming your super attractor power. To master your super attractor power, you must start by understanding how you've likely become disconnected from it. In nearly 15 years as a spiritual teacher, I've gained a very clear understanding of the common ways people misuse and block this power. I expect you'll recognize yourself in some or all of the most common types. Did you forget your power? Even a person on a spiritual path can forget that they're a super attractor. It's all too easy to get sucked into the fear-based stories of the world and weaken your faith. When fear takes over, you go into a kind of comatose state. You literally forget who you really are. You build up belief systems of separation, lack, judgment, and negativity. All these false perceptions deny your inner power and block your super attractor power. This book will be a wake-up call to remind you of who you really are. Just by listening to this introduction, you've begun to wake up and remember. Are you manic manifesting? There are many people who read personal growth books, attend seminars, meditate, pray, and still feel stuck. I hear this often. Gabby, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel so off. I'm praying, meditating, and using positive affirmations, but I'm still not attracting what I want. What's wrong? What's wrong is that they are doing what I call manic manifesting. These folks have faith in the universe and lots of spiritual tools, but they're energetically blocking their connection. They've been playing tricks with the universe rather than aligning with their true power. Manic manifesting happens when someone has all the spiritual tools and jargon, but forgets the most important part of attracting, to tune into the universe. You can say affirmations, pray, and meditate every day, and still not attract because your energy is out of alignment. Instead of allowing yourself to receive, you want to get. This book will teach you that the most important element of manifesting with the universe is to embody the energy of love. If you identify as a manic manifester, you're in the right place. In this book, I'll hook you up with a whole new way of being. Are you a pusher? Pushers are people who try to push and control to reach their goals and feel safe. They believe that the more they do, the more they'll achieve. They're trying to make things happen rather than allowing themselves to attract naturally. They've forgotten that there is support beyond their own action and will. Pushers believe that they have to make things happen, and aligning and receiving guidance don't come into the equation. They've forgotten where their true power lies. This is a common characteristic, and it's one that many cultures often seem to reward. Pushers have a fear-based belief that if they're not super productive, nothing will happen for them. Little do they know their pushy energy is blocking their capacity to attract. The universe doesn't respond as well to frantic energy. Rather, the universe vibrates at a positive frequency, and to co-create with it, your energy must align with that frequency. The practices in this book will help you slow down, be still, and allow. I will teach you the art of allowing so that you can stop pushing, feel secure, and start receiving naturally. Does fear have you in a headlock? Each day brings new opportunities to lean toward fear or lean into love. While we always have a choice, we often, quite unconsciously, default to fear. We choose fear in many ways, from the TV we watch, to the conversations we have, to the thoughts we entertain. The presence of fear is a sure sign we've disconnected from the loving presence of the universe. Throughout the book, I'll offer you practical tools and spiritual principles to undo fear and reclaim love. Undoing fear doesn't have to be hard. In fact, it can be much easier than you've ever imagined. Get ready to create radical shifts fast. Do you judge? Judging, comparing, attacking, and seeing ourselves as separate from others all disconnect us from the universe. If you identify as a judgmental person, judging others or yourself, take a moment to acknowledge how it makes you feel. Be honest and gentle with yourself as you do this. While you may feel justified in your judgment or try to rationalize it, it's undeniable how negative it makes you feel. Being a super attractor is about feeling good. And in this book, I'll give you lots of amazing tools and spiritual practices to help you cultivate joy and have fun as you become willing to release your judgment and choose compassion and peace instead. You will reconnect to your power. These are just a few of the common ways we block our super attractor power. The good news is that your power never left you. You simply forgot about it. This book will guide you to recognize it, claim it, use it to attract what you want, and be a force for good in the world. Let me guide you to become a super attractor through powerful steps explained in the upcoming chapters. These chapters will include spiritual methods and lessons that build on each other, so that by the end you will have fully claimed your power. While each method in this book can be applied independently, I've placed them in an order that has a cumulative effect. Practice each method as presented so that you can get the most out of this transformational process. You may find that some lessons resonate with you more than others. That's okay. Once you've gone through each chapter, you can then apply the tools interchangeably and at your own pace. Most importantly, have fun. The more fun you have, the stronger your super attractor power becomes. Fun turns you into a magnet for miracles. And here's the promise. When you accept that you are a super attractor, life gets awesome. You feel joyful, inspired, purposeful, and empowered. You'll no longer feel the need to control, compare, or push, and you'll settle into a sense of ease. Best of all, you'll become a powerful example for others. And you'll vibrate at such a high, loving frequency that your energy will be felt far and wide. Here's how the book breaks down. Chapter 1. The universe always delivers. Every thought you have is a message you send to the universe. The universe is always saying yes to your thoughts, energy, and emotions. Therefore, what you put out, you will receive back, whether you want it or not. In chapter 1, I'll guide you to bring awareness to what you're asking for. I'll help you see how you're often asking for what you don't want, and I'll show you how you can consciously clarify your requests to the universe. This is an imperative step toward being a super attractor because it establishes a clear dialogue with the universe. In this chapter, I'll teach you my method for tapping into your super attractor power instead of following the voice of fear. And I'll show you how to make it a habit that is easy to sustain. Chapter 2, it's good to feel good. One of the biggest blocks to being a super attractor is our resistance to feeling good. We've all grown far more comfortable in a state of fear than in a place of joy and faith. We've learned to rely on fear as a way of protecting ourselves from being disappointed, hurt, or triggered. We've become so accustomed to the fearful projections of the world that we don't trust that things can be good. Unconsciously, we feel that if we focus on everything good, we will lose control and be unsafe. In Chapter 2, you'll learn how to change your thoughts about your fears and begin to make feeling good a priority. This step prepares you for the manifesting to come because in order to attract all that's good, you must first believe you are worthy of it. The exercises in Chapter 2 will help you welcome worthiness and happiness and prepare you to claim all that you will attract. Chapter 3, there's more than enough to go around. The fear of not having enough is a major block to your super attractor power. The energy of lack causes us to vibrate at a low frequency, repelling the very things we want and thereby creating more lack. Therefore, in Chapter 3, I'll teach you my method for transcending lack and comparison through positive intention. This practice guides you to pray for others to have more of what you want for yourself. You'll quickly see how wanting more for others puts you into an energy of abundance. It feels good to want others to feel good. The simple practice of wishing for others to receive will put you into an energy of receptivity, and this feeling of abundance will rapidly begin to attract more of what you want into your life. When you genuinely want others to be abundant, your good fortune will multiply. Chapter 4, have fun along the way. In Chapter 4, I'll wake you up to the awesome power of fun. Joy is the ultimate creator and the most powerful vibration we can embody. When you calibrate your energy to the experience of joy, you become a magnet for whatever you think about. In this chapter, I'll teach you a method that will help you quickly move from negative, low-level thoughts and energy to a more positive state. I'll guide you to trust in the power of your thoughts and energy to help you navigate life's challenges so you can show up for life in a state of joy. Through the practices in Chapter 4, you'll see that when you lean toward joy, you are led. Chapter 5, lift the veil. In Chapter 5, I'll guide you to understand and embrace your true power. It isn't some credential, status, or achievement. I'll show you that your true power lies in your capacity to tune into the energy of love and the inner vision of light. A Course in Miracles says, miracles are seen in light. In this chapter, you'll learn what it means to see in light and to bring light with you wherever you go. I'll also teach you my meditation for lifting the veil, in which you transcend the energy of this world and step into a place of love. Chapter 6, invisible guidance is available to you. In Chapter 6, I'm going to push the metaphysical envelope and invite you to open up to new forms of guidance. In order to help you establish a spiritual relationship of your own understanding, I'll share my own beliefs about spiritual guides. These guides are wise, loving, and compassionate, and they can help you in every area of your life. I'll introduce you to the different kinds of spiritual guides, including angels and archangels, your higher self, the love of the universe, and family members and friends who have passed on. I'll teach you how to connect with these spiritual guides and how to receive guidance and help from them. Chapter 7, do less and attract more. As I noted before, pushing is one of the greatest blocks to being a super attractor. Being a super attractor is about strengthening your faith, tuning into the energy of love, and allowing the universe to catch up with your dreams. To begin the practice of allowing, we must get out of the way and let life flow so we can truly thrive as a super attractor. In Chapter 7, I'll teach you how to turn over your desires to the care of the universe or a higher power of your own understanding. The daily practice of surrendering your plans to a higher power will help you cultivate your ability to be still and embrace the present moment. In stillness, we receive. You'll experience immense relief, a drop in anxiety, and a surge of energy as you stop pouring all your mental, emotional, and even physical effort into pushing, controlling, and trying to make things happen. I'll help you trust that your alignment with the universe is enough to co-create the world you want to see. Chapter 8, taking spiritually aligned action. By Chapter 8, you will have undergone deep transformations. At this point, you'll be vibrating at a super attractor frequency and ready to learn how to direct your powerful energy toward your desires. You'll be ready to start co-creating with the universe through fun, creative, and eye-opening practices. I'll teach you how to clarify your desires through the power of intention. Your positive, excited intentions combined with your free-flowing energy will prime you to take spiritually aligned action. You'll begin to see your desires come into form in clear, concrete, and at times beautifully startling ways. In this chapter, you'll get into the groovy practice of celebrating your miracle moments and manifestations. Chapter 9, Appreciate and Appreciate More. Once you've begun showing up for life in a joyful state and taking spiritually aligned action, you'll be ready to fully appreciate everything in your life. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of our power. When we're in a state of appreciation, we're actively creating more of what we want. We're also in an energy of acceptance and non-resistance. In the absence of resistance, we are super attractors. In this chapter, I'll guide you through appreciation practices that will fill your heart with excitement and enthusiasm for life. Once you access a state of appreciation, I'll guide you to reach for even more of it. When you get into the flow of appreciation, you want to create even more momentum behind it. You'll learn how to make appreciation a habit so that you can effortlessly maintain a powerful and positive point of attraction. Chapter 10, Let the Universe Catch Up with Your Dreams. The secret to attracting is to surrender your desire to the highest good. Chapter 10 will help you loosen your grip and rely on a higher power to show you the next right action. In this chapter, you'll learn how to relax and enjoy the manifestation process. The best part of being a super attractor is that you don't have to figure it all out. You can direct your focus, dwell in the energy of fun, and surrender your desires to the universe. I'll guide you to pay attention to your inner wisdom and to signs from the universe. Above all, this chapter is about turning over your will to the care of a higher power so you can let miracles unfold naturally. Chapter 11, Unwavering Faith in the Universe. In this chapter, I'll teach you how to allow the abundant love of the universe to flow. You'll learn how to see fear as a pathway back to love, and I'll teach you techniques that will help you stay in the stream of well-being and protect your good-feeling emotions. You will claim a sense of faithful knowing, and you'll see how living with positive expectations clears the path for solutions in all situations, even the difficult ones. When we align our thoughts and energy with spiritual faith, we can expect miracles. Faith isn't hoping that God will help you. Faith is knowing that help is on the way. Living a spiritual life. This text will help you understand the importance of living in alignment with the universe, not just dabbling in your practice when it feels convenient. I don't want your spiritual life compartmentalized and kept separate from your day-to-day experiences. I want you to live a spiritual life all the time. I want you to feel a sense of awe each day as you witness miracles unfold. I want you to feel connected to a spiritual force that you can rely on. I want you to attract what you desire and create a life filled with purpose, happiness, abundance, and peace. I want you to feel free. Accepting that you are a super attractor will change everything. You'll trust that it's safe to release the past, and you'll no longer fear the future. You'll tap into an infinite source of abundance, energy, joy, and well-being. This well-being will become the norm for you, and you'll grow to embrace it as your birthright. Most importantly, you'll know intuitively how to show up for life and bring more light to the world around you. This book is a journey of remembering where your true power lies. You'll learn how to co-create the life you want. You'll accept that life can flow, that attracting is fun, and that you don't have to work so hard to get what you want. Best of all, you'll feel good. Becoming a force of love in the world. Once you claim your super attractor power, the question then becomes, what will you do with it? When you feel good, you give off a presence of joy that can elevate everyone around you. By claiming your true power, you will help others do the same. The practices here will empower you to live your purpose, and they will amplify abundance, happiness, health, and peace for everyone you come into contact with and beyond. By the end of this book, You will have a greater understanding of your higher purpose. You will know how to fulfill your function, to be a force of love in the world. It's time to claim your power. Turn to chapter 1 and let's begin.
Okay, that concludes the introduction. It's funny because I read this book front to back, just the paperback book, and it's almost a different vibe hearing her voice tell the story. It's very calming. So I'm excited to actually read the book again, listening to her voice telling the story, because I think that adds kind of a different element to it. But she kind of introduced like what we will be reading and learning about in the book. And I'll tell you, your super attractor power is like a muscle and it has to be worked every day. So, reading this and listening to it just one time is great, but it's always a book that you can go back to if you feel like you're getting out of alignment or things aren't happening like they were before. Some crazy stuff has happened when people turn into the universe. Like we have The Secret, one of my good friends, Callie Scheichels, she's also a thriver with us. She introduced me to the movie on Netflix, The Secret. And she said that she would always watch that documentary on Netflix before she had like a job interview or a big test that she had to pass. And like good things would always come out of it because she was always attracting that power and using the universe to get what she wanted. And so that's kind of when I was personally introduced to this whole way of thinking, because it is different. It's different from the way most people think. And my hope for you is that we all get maybe some good content, good material to be able to share with others on our social media. I know as we move through this book, she's going to present some really good ideas that we can post on our social media, and that is attractive to people. I mean, I feel like what we see on social media a lot of times is negative, and people get drawn into that when really they're attracted and craving positivity when they log on to social media, whether they know it or not. Everybody's craving positivity. So that is a good way for us to be able to come up with these ideas and apply it to our own life and then share what's happening, because we kind of turned into the law of attraction. So enough about the book for today. We will go ahead and move into chapter 1 tomorrow. So we just do this Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday morning at 9 a.m. And if people miss the 9 a.m. session, they can watch the replay at 8 p.m. Central. So tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we'll tune back into the book and go from here, starting chapter 1. Okay. We have about 15 minutes here to work on our social medias. So we'll kind of switch gears. Our stories on Instagram and Facebook are really important because people engage with us and watch our lives. It's funny. I know I'm speaking for me personally, but if I go out and maybe run into somebody that I follow or that follows me on social media, and they'll start talking about Nash or my dogs, and they just know their names and they know what they like to do. And it's funny because sometimes I don't even know that those people are watching me, but I know they are because they know like everything that's happening in my life and about my family. And so they're also seeing some of my posts about Thrive, and we're introducing them to that concept. And really, it's not about posting on our story one time and having 20 people rush to us, ask what we're doing. It's the consistency over time. Like it's been 4.5 years that I've been in this business, and I still have brand new people reaching out all the time, wanting more information or wanting to know about this or that that's going on in my personal life. So it does open the door, and it always introduces them to the idea of thriving with us, Thrive Nutrition, Thrive Skin. I have people reaching out all the time for either one of those reasons. So Definitely not bombarding your story every day, like thrive, 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 but I'll just sprinkle it in throughout the day. So maybe you're taking a minute now to post like a positive quote, or you're sharing somebody else's post that you saw on Instagram and you're sharing that to your story. Something positive. So if you already have posted one of your 3 steps to thrive this morning or all of your 3 steps, then I would move on to something different. So something personal. Maybe you take a screenshot picture, maybe take a picture of us all here on our phones this morning, positivity group, Mother Hustler Zoom, like something different than Thrive if you've already talked about that this morning. If you haven't talked about it, maybe you've done other things this morning, then you can move into posting something about Thrive Nutrition or Thrive Skin. But let's take just a couple minutes here to get posting on our stories. Usually during these activities, I just kind of shut my mouth and let everybody work, because I know for me, I have trouble working when people are talking. So I will be quiet and let you guys take a couple minutes to post on your story. Maybe you work another job, run another business. You know, if you've already talked about Thrive, move into posting about your other business or job or something different. So whenever I post a story on Instagram, I just go over, well, actually, I get the post created on my story, and then I just save it at the top, and then I go over to Facebook, and then I just upload it to Facebook as well, because our social medias are different. I feel like Facebook is more of our warm market, people that we know personally. And then Instagram, it's not weird to follow or for people to follow you that you don't know personally. So it kind of hits your warm market, your cold market of people. And you never know where somebody could be watching from. So, okay, after we post on our story, let's work on growing our following. So maybe you are a Facebook person, maybe you're more of an Instagram person, maybe you're both. Um, let's work on just connecting with new people and growing our network. So if you are a Facebook person, or if you want to work Facebook today, down along the bottom, I always go to the menu bar, and then go to friends. And then at the top, you'll see suggestions. That's your suggested friends. These are people that Facebook thinks that you should be connected with or be friends with. And you can just go through that list of suggested friends and let's work on adding 5 new people. So I always make it a point when I send a friend request to like one of their posts. Maybe you can't do that on Facebook because they might have a private profile, but I would make it a goal to add 5 new people. This is a good list of people that maybe you've forgotten about, like that you grew up with or went in high school with. Facebook kind of knows that weird stuff. So that's a good resource. Or if you're more of an Instagram person and you want to build your network on there, you can go to the search bar at the bottom. And then at the top on this search page, I always just search hashtags. So it could be something local to you. Like I know here in my hometown, we have the University of Missouri, and Mizzou is what it's called. So I might hashtag Mizzou, Mizzou, and that would get me connected with people local to me that maybe go to school here at Mizzou. That's a good market. Students, they're tired, need more energy. Maybe they're interested in skincare, whatever it is. I might go follow 5 people that are using that hashtag in their post. On Instagram, it is very important when you do follow somebody new to go like a couple of their posts, maybe comment on a couple of their posts. Hey, cute shirt, where'd you get it? Love your hair, something like that. That way you're showing up and standing out to them whenever you follow them. You're not just clicking follow, you're actually doing a couple things where you're showing up in their notifications. You could hashtag other things like maybe hashtag tired mom, hashtag tired as a mother. These are people that you would want to attract or people that would be watching you. Maybe hashtag boy mom, hashtag girl mom, anything like that. The type of people that you would have something in common with. So let's take a few minutes here. Sometimes this part takes a little bit longer. Let's search a hashtag, find 5 new people to follow. And when we follow those 5 people, let's make it a point to either like a couple of their posts or comment on a couple of their posts when we do it. So here we go. Okay, it's been exactly an hour. So I know I still need to follow a couple more people and comment on their posts, but we will be finished for today. I don't like to keep you guys more than an hour. So if you do get a few minutes through the day of free time, you can always stop and go back to your story, make a post on your story, find a couple more people to follow, comment on a couple posts of people that you already follow, just to build that relationship. So thank you guys for joining us. I'm so excited about this book. I hope you are too. And I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time. Remember, if you have anybody that you want to invite, I'll be playing this recording again tonight at 8 p.m. Central. So have them hop on. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Have a great day.